Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to be going straight into forms now. So forms, the syntax is form and form, right? So basically this is the syntax to create form, but we need to add an action to it. An action is basically what we send to the server. So it's the page that has the information that we want to, that controls what we send to the server, right? So we need to say, let's call this anything we want, right? So let's say server or submit the py. So this is a Python server basically. I mean, this is not important right now, but I just want to show you how to do that. And so the action is basically what sends the information from here to the server to be processed. And then we need a method. There's dialog, there's get. So form action equals submit, method equals, whatever you want, but for now we don't want to call any method, so we just have form. All right, so basically the action is to send the information to the server, right? So basically it controls how we manipulate and send and store information to the server or to the database. The get or post method, we use the get method basically if the form is short, so like search boxes, or when we don't have to, when you're just retrieving data from a web server, so you're not sending information that should be added or deleted from a database, you can use a get. Use a post when it's a long form, it has password sensitive information, and you can add add or delete information from a database. Then you use a post. Use a get if it's a short form, and use a post if it's a big form, right? Pretty simple. So we're going to start using the form controls. So the first one is input. Input is basically your store. You want to key in information, and they have different types. The first one is text. Okay, let's just go back here so we can see that. The first one is text. So input type equals, let's say, so they have different types, right? So if input type equals, so you can see all the different types here, but this time we're doing text. And then we can say input type is text. Placeholder. What is a placeholder? A placeholder is basically something you see here, like for instance this search you see here is probably like a placeholder, right? It's just a guide and a template to lead you. We can normally just use a label, right, where we have something that says username as a text, but I normally just like to use placeholders, right? But I'll show you how to do that in subsequent videos. So let's say type your username. All right, that is placeholder, and then we need to name this form so that the server understands the information that we pick from here, so it gives them individual identifiers. So let's call this username, and then close. All right, / close. If we save that, you can see we have a username. So type your username. So this is the placeholder, the guy that I talked about. Type your username. We're going to do the same thing for password. So input type, but then there's an input type for password. It is called password. All right. And then placeholder equals type your password. Type your password. And then name equals password. Yeah. And then close. So we have that. All right. But what we need to do now is put them in paragraphs because they're sitting in different. So I can do PP and then just copy and paste all of this and put it right here, and do the same here as well. PP and copy all of this and put it right here. Okay. Now when I save it, oops, I made a mistake here. All right, cool. When I save it, you have typing your username and typing a password. We use the password format so that it gives us this, right? So it's not text that you can see. So that's what we do. But now we need a button to submit. So we need to add button. So there's an HTML syntax called button. And we could even do input type equals button. But for now, we're using button type equals submit. And then we don't have to use a placeholder or anything like that. So we can name the form, let's say register. Okay, and save that. Then we have a form, right? So we have a type your username, type your password, and do register. Now when we click on register, it takes us to the server. It's trying to find the server information, which we don't have, right? But we need to be able to check if someone's typed a username or a password, so we make sure that it's required. To do that, we just need to add required. As simple as that. We just need to say required and then required. So that now, if you don't want to key in the information, you can't just submit. So now if I say register, it says please fill in this field. If I say register, it says please fill in this field. So you can just go, just simply just writing required makes that possible. In the next video, we're going to look at how we style this nicely in CSS. So yeah, it looks really ugly now, but hopefully you can do this. And I'll see you in the next lesson where we'll style this nicely. All right, guys, see you.